By the end of this video, you'll possess the ultimate addiction weapon. This isn't just some trick. It's a deep understanding of female psychology that will help you create an emotional connection so powerful. Any woman you use it on will find herself irresistibly drawn to you. Trust me, by the time we're done, you'll not only grasp the why, but also the how behind triggering this kind of connection. Let's start with a common belief. People often say that to win a woman over, you should make her feel good about herself. While this may seem logical on the surface, why? Then, do the nice guys, those who go out of their way to always compliment women and make them feel good, consistently end up rejected or stuck in the friend zone? The answer lies in a fundamental misunderstanding of female psychology. These men don't realize that a woman's attraction doesn't come from constant reassurance or comfort. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Here's the truth. If you want a woman to become addicted to you, you have to take her on an emotional roller coaster. It's not just about making her feel happy or appreciated. You need to create a full spectrum of emotions: pleasure, pain, excitement, and even moments of frustration. Women are naturally drawn to drama. That's why romantic dramas, reality shows, and soap operas are so addictive to them. They crave the highs and lows that keep them emotionally engaged. When a man knows how to stimulate that same sense of unpredictability, he becomes irresistibly magnetic. Think about it this way. Would you eat the same meal every day for the rest of your life? Probably not. Even your favorite dish would get boring if it were the only thing on the menu. The same principle applies to relationships. If you're only giving a woman one type of emotion, whether it's constant happiness, comfort, or kindness, she's bound to grow bored. To truly captivate her, you have to offer variety. This is why men with a bad boy edge often have an almost hypnotic effect on women, even when their behavior seems harmful or unreliable. It's not the bad behavior itself that's attractive. It's the unpredictability, the thrill, the drama. Let's explore this further with real-world examples. Why do some women find themselves inexplicably drawn to men with a rebellious streak, even though they know those guys might let them down? Why do some wives repeatedly forgive unfaithful husbands, despite knowing they'll likely get hurt again? The answer lies in the emotional cocktail these relationships provide. Pain, pleasure, uncertainty, excitement. It's an intoxicating mix that keeps them coming back for more. On the other hand, men who only focus on being nice, steady, and predictable end up falling into the dreaded friend zone. Why? Because they fail to stir a woman's emotions. A lover ignites passion, frustration, joy, and even anger, while a friend offers stability and comfort without excitement. The distinction is clear. Emotional engagement is the fuel of romantic attraction. So, how do you make this work for you? The key lies in unpredictability. Keep her guessing when she can't figure out your next move or fully predict your intentions. She'll stay intrigued and emotionally invested. This is why a little drama is not only okay, but necessary. It's fine to argue occasionally or even make her mad. It's fine to challenge her. These moments add depth and complexity to the relationship, keeping her emotionally hooked. Now, here's where things get controversial but important. Don't shy away from making her cry once in a while. I know that sounds counterintuitive, and most men worry that making a woman cry will drive her away. But here's the surprising truth. If you can make her cry and then reconcile with her, comfort her, make her laugh, and bring her back to joy, you'll create an incredibly strong bond. She'll associate you with the entire range of emotions she craves, and her attraction to you will only deepen. At its core, this approach is about understanding and responding to a woman's emotional needs on a deeper level than most men ever attempt. It's not about manipulation or playing games. It's about giving her the thrill, excitement, and connection she truly desires. By the end of this, you won't just be a guy she likes. You'll be the guy she can't stop thinking about. Imagine this. If her attraction to you was initially a 6 out of 10, applying what I'm about to teach, you could elevate it to an 8, maybe even higher. The secret lies in keeping her confused, intrigued, and just the right amount of unsure. When she can't completely figure you out, you become a puzzle she's desperate to solve. And that persistent curiosity, that's what fuels her attraction toward you. Let's get one thing straight. Never outright tell a woman you like her. A lot of guys mistakenly believe that women need constant reassurance about how you feel. But here's the truth. Keeping her guessing is far more powerful. Unless you're standing at the altar ready to marry her, it's better to let her remain uncertain. Sure, she can sense that you're drawn to her, but whether you actually want her, that should always remain a question mark. This unpredictability triggers an emotional whirlwind in her mind, the very thing that keeps her hooked. Show her attention, but don't be afraid to disappear every now and then. Avoid her for a few days. Be busy. Let her sit with her thoughts and wonder why you've suddenly gone silent. When she finally asks why you've been distant, don't give her a clear answer. Just change the subject. Laugh it off and move on. That's where the drama begins. And, as you probably know, women thrive on emotional complexity. Here's the problem with most guys. They're too afraid to create any form of tension. They respond to every text, answer every call, and jump at the first opportunity to meet up. Why? Because they fear losing her. They're terrified of making her mad or, worse, of being forgotten. But I'm here to tell you, that fear is the very thing keeping you stuck in mediocrity. Listen, don't be afraid of her negative reactions. Don't shy away from making her mad or even making her cry. I know this might sound harsh, but it's the truth. Women don't crave a life that's all sunshine and roses. They want the highs, the lows, and everything in between. They don't want you to be perfect. They want you to be real, unpredictable, and full of surprises. If you've been following this series, you've heard me say this before, and I'll say it again. Stop being afraid. If you're scared she'll forget you, she probably will. If you're scared she'll lose interest, then guess what? That fear will manifest, and she'll move on. Women can sense insecurity, and it's an instant turn-off. On the flip side, when you create moments of tension, excitement, and drama, she won't be able to stop thinking about you. Think about why women spend so much time analyzing a guy's every move, replaying his words, and dissecting his intentions with their friends. It's because they love the guessing game. They enjoy trying to figure out the mystery. Be the guy who provides that puzzle, and she'll be hooked for life. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. I know some people accuse me of teaching manipulation techniques, claiming it's a bad thing. But let me clarify something. This isn't manipulation. This is what women want. A woman doesn't want a man who's always agreeable and predictable. Sure, she might say she wants someone who's nice and sweet. But in reality, she's drawn to men who challenge her, stir her emotions, and keep her on her toes. Women crave a life filled with excitement, thrill, and drama. They want their world to change completely when you step into it. The key isn't about being one-dimensional or consistent. It's about striking a balance. Sometimes you're attentive and caring. Other times, you're distant and hard to read. Sometimes you make her laugh. Other times, you make her cry. Sometimes you're warm and inviting. Other times, you're mysterious and detached. It's this dynamic range of emotions that keeps her deeply invested. Don't be predictable. Don't always answer her texts immediately or pick up her calls. Sometimes, let a day or two pass before responding. When she asks why you've been so unresponsive, don't apologize, shrug it off with charm, and change the topic. The goal isn't to push her away, but to keep her intrigued. Remember, if she can't figure you out, she'll keep prioritizing you. You'll stay at the forefront of her thoughts, her attention, and her heart. Women are naturally drawn to men who bring emotional depth and excitement into their lives. That's why you need to embrace the role of the unpredictable man, the one who keeps her guessing, the one who creates a perfect blend of joy, frustration, curiosity, and thrill. Here's the bottom line. If you master the art of being unpredictable, women won't just like you. They'll become addicted to you. Every word you say, every move you make, and even the moments when you disappear will leave her wanting more. Stop being afraid of upsetting her or making her uncomfortable. Those moments of tension will ultimately work in your favor, making you unforgettable in her eyes. So, if there's one thing you take from this video, it's this: let go of the fear. Stop worrying about her reactions and start embracing the power of emotional range. Make her laugh. Make her cry. Be sweet one day and distant the next. Show her the kind of emotional depth that no other man can give her, and she'll never want to let you go. Now, if you have any questions or need further clarification, leave them in the comments below. I don't create these videos just for the views. I make them to help you transform your relationships and become the kind of man women can't resist. Remember, confidence, mystery, and emotional variety are your greatest tools. Use them wisely. Now, let's shift gears and dive deeper into an important concept. I want you to imagine the following scenario. Guy, so, where do you work? Girl, I'm a nurse. Guy, wow, a nurse? That's such an incredible job. I bet you're amazing at it. I know a lot of nurses, and they're all so kind and hardworking. This type of response may seem polite and flattering on the surface, but let me tell you exactly what's happening here from a psychological standpoint. When you respond like this, the woman isn't just hearing your words, she's interpreting the intentions behind them. And most likely, her inner thoughts will sound something like this: oh, he's being so nice. He must really think I'm amazing. Is he trying to impress me? This feels a little too easy. Whether consciously or subconsciously, she's already placed you in a box labeled predictable and overly eager. And once you're in that box, climbing out of it becomes 10 times harder. Now, let's reimagine the same exchange, but with a completely different, more effective approach. Guy, so, where do you work? Girl, I'm a nurse. Guy, a nurse? Really? I'm not sure I see that. Honestly, you give off more of a teacher vibe, or maybe even a lawyer. Nursing feels like a stretch for you. See the difference? This response does something critical. It challenges her. It takes her by surprise. Instead of handing her easy validation, you've shifted the tone of the conversation into something more dynamic, more intriguing. Now she's left wondering, why does he think that? What makes him see me that way? And wait, does he actually think I don't suit my job? This is the kind of emotional engagement that keeps a woman intrigued. And here's the key takeaway. Stop showering her with compliments. Compliments, when overused, lose their value entirely. Sure, there's a time and place for genuine praise, but when it's handed out too frequently or too easily, it sends a clear signal. You're desperate for her approval. Women don't want a man who puts them on a pedestal or agrees with everything they say. They want someone who sparks their curiosity, someone who challenges them just enough to keep things interesting. Let's break this down further with another example. Say she tells you she's from New York. Most guys would instinctively respond with something like, wow, New York is incredible. I've always wanted to visit. It must be so exciting to live there. Now, does this sound bad? No. But does it stand out? Also no. It's predictable. It's safe. It's forgettable. Instead, try something like this. New York. Huh. Let me guess. You're one of those people who can't stop talking about how much better New York pizza is compared to everywhere else? Or are you more of the bagels and coffee at 6 a.m. type? Do you see what's happening here? You're being playful. You're poking fun at her in a lighthearted way. But you're also creating an opportunity for her to respond, to laugh, to engage. You're not being mean, you're being memorable. Now, let me be very clear about something. This isn't about tearing her down or being rude. It's about creating balance. Women are emotional beings, and they crave a full spectrum of feelings, not just the positive ones. Your job isn't to make her feel good all the time. Your job is to make her feel. When you challenge her, when you surprise her, when you leave her guessing, you're taking her on an emotional journey. And that journey is what builds attraction. But here's where most guys mess up. They either overdo the compliments or swing too far in the opposite direction and act like they don't care at all. Neither extreme works. The real secret lies in mastering the art of unpredictability. You're not outright telling her, "I don't want you." Instead, you're subtly conveying that you're not entirely sold on her just yet. And that's what makes you stand out. Women want to earn your interest. They want to feel like your attention is valuable and not something you give away to just anyone. Now let's talk about unpredictability. This is where a lot of guys struggle because they think consistency is the key to keeping a woman interested. But here's the truth. It's the exact opposite. Consistency makes you predictable, and predictability kills attraction. Imagine this. Sometimes you're incredibly attentive. You text her back right away. You make her laugh. You show her you care. Other times, you're distant. You take hours or even days to respond. You're busy with your own life, and you let her wonder what you're up to. This push-pull dynamic creates a sense of mystery and keeps her emotionally engaged. Here's an analogy. Think of your attention like a rare, expensive gift. If you hand it out freely to anyone and everyone, it loses its value. But if you make her work for it, if you make her earn it, it becomes something she treasures. This is why I always tell men, don't be afraid to step back. Don't be afraid to let her miss you. And definitely don't be afraid to make her feel a little frustrated or even confused. That emotional range, laughter, curiosity, even moments of doubt is what keeps her hooked. Let's wrap this up with a quick reminder. If you're watching this video, I want you to take action. Don't just listen to these tips and go back to doing the same things that haven't been working. Try them out. Experiment. See what happens. And if you have any questions, drop a comment below. I'm here to help, and I might even create a dedicated video just to answer your question. Finally, don't forget to show your support by hitting that like button. Let's aim for 1.000 likes on this video. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming content. I've got so much more to share with you. Thanks for spending your time with me today. Remember, confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. Stay unpredictable. Stay curious. And most importantly, stay true to yourself. I'll see you in the next video.